the most challenging interview in history. The interview had barely begun when candidates discovered their test papers were completely blank. Confusion filled the room, but no one dared to speak. Before the exam started, the proctor had announced 3 strictly forbidden rules: no talking to examiners or security guards, no leaving the room, and no damaging the test papers. Breaking any of these rules would result in immediate disqualification. With only one correct answer to this mysterious test,
80 minutes for you to convince us you have what it takes to join us. 80 minutes to determine the next 80 years of your lives.
everyone remained silent as the proctor started a countdown timer and left the examination room. Staring at the blank sheets before them, the candidates were completely stumped. Landing this position with its $120,000 annual salary clearly wouldn't be easy. As time ticked away, one woman finally couldn't contain herself any longer. She picked up her pen and began writing what appeared to be a cover letter on the paper. However, before she could even finish her first sentence, the proctor stopped her and escorted her out of the room. She had violated the rules by marking the test paper. After witnessing her elimination, everyone else quickly put down their pens. While the group remained puzzled, Nick decided to strike up a conversation with a bearded man sitting nearby. After all, the rules only prohibited talking to examiners and security guards. Nothing was said about candidates communicating with each other. When the security guard showed no reaction, Nick boldly stood up and began walking around the examination room. Seeing that the guard remained passive, the other candidates began to relax their guard. They started discussing what the actual test question might be. Anna suddenly stood up, theorizing that the test paper might be made from special materials that would reveal hidden text when exposed to light. The others found her reasoning compelling and began experimenting with various light sources. Unfortunately, after extensive testing, the papers showed no changes whatsoever. Paul then suggested that perhaps a specific type of light was needed: ultraviolet, infrared, or X-ray lighting. However, the room contained no such specialized equipment. Just as everyone was beginning to feel discouraged, Lisa noticed what appeared to be emergency lighting installed on the walls. Perhaps these emergency lights were exactly what they needed. To test this theory, Nick immediately smashed the wall-mounted lights. As darkness enveloped the room, the emergency lights activated as expected. They quickly held their test papers under the emergency lighting, but disappointingly, the papers remained unchanged. The bearded man suggested there might be other types of lighting in the room. Sure enough, an observant woman with glasses discovered that certain light fixtures on the walls hadn't illuminated yet. They proceeded to destroy all the emergency lights in the room, and suddenly orange lighting filled the space. However, when they tested their papers again under this new lighting, there were still no visible changes. With only 60 minutes remaining in the exam, Nick speculated that the test papers must be made from some special material. To verify his hypothesis, he took the discarded test paper from the eliminated woman and repeatedly marked it with pencil. Despite extensive testing, no hidden questions appeared on the paper. Refusing to give up, Nick decided to experiment with liquids. He tore his test paper in half, giving one piece to Paul to test with saliva while he tested the other piece with urine. Even though they completely destroyed the test paper in the process, no desired content materialized. At this point, Nick noticed that one man with glasses had remained seated the entire time without speaking a single word. When the group approached him, the man made a cryptic remark that none of them could understand.
To see clearly is all.